Okay, next question.
All right. Well, my name is Daniel Moyer. And hello. And I just wanted to say that Allison, you're amazing. And Tom, you're just such an excellent actor. I really appreciate the fact that you've been on the show so long. And
you have a question
I have is for Tom.
Okay.
And it's just that I've heard that it took several attempts for you to actually be on the show. They tried to get you an audition, but a couple of times you weren't sure. And so I just want to ask, what inspired you to finally step it up and, you know, audition and be starring Smallville?
Well, looking back now, which I guess is going to be 9 seasons, at the time when they were bringing people in for auditions, they weren't letting them see a script. It was only the sides for the audition itself. And once they liked what you did in the audition, they allowed you to read the script. And it took a while. Sometimes in Hollywood, I guess, when they don't have a script to show people, that means it probably means they don't have one, which isn't a good thing. So it took a little convincing through the people that were managing me at the time and myself to go. And once we went through the audition, they showed me the script, and then it was. At first, I thought it was going to be Superman in a cape and tights on television. And once I read the script, I realized it was completely different than what I thought, and it was just a great script and a great idea, and something that I thought hadn't been done before and had a lot of room to grow. And it looks like that was a pretty good assessment looking back 9 years.
Thank you, Tom.
I'm just a little curious, because that's actually, you know, an interesting thing that happens to every actor. So, Allison, do you remember what it was like when you first got called in?
They originally wanted to have a woman who was of a different ethnicity than me. So when I walked in the room, I was the only white girl. And I was like, I don't think I'm right for this part. Something tells me, but they decided to change gears and shift things around. So when I went back the second time, I was sort of like, all right, you guys know what I do. Really, do you need me to do this again? I went in with a little bit of attitude, but apparently they liked that for Chloe, and it's carried me through 9 years.
Cassidy, when you first started, how did you find out what script you get, that kind of thing? How did you know you were going to be Tess? Do you remember? It was a long time ago.
It was so long ago. No, I actually just got size. I didn't see a whole episode, but it looked great. I had an idea of who she was going to be, though, and they shared that with me. So.
Justin, Green Arrow got to you how?
Gosh, I don't know. I think I did this pilot with the guys who created the show, and they just kind of were gracious and talking.
And then they brought you in?
Yeah, they brought me in. They took pity on me and brought me in, I think is what happened.
Erica, Lois Lane, not the easiest shoes to step into. I was there, but Tom's there.
You were there. I was just up in Vancouver, and at the time I was having a bit of a temper tantrum about the industry. I being childish, and it came out that Lois Lane was part of the show, and I'm from Canada, and I was up in Vancouver, and I went, oh, they'll just go with LA. So I'm sitting outside the studio waiting to go, and I said, oh, I just gotta do it, I gotta do it. So I went in, and similar to Allison, I kind of was just like, so over it, you know, trying to pretend I was super cool, but I wasn't. And then I got a call, and I went down for it, and the rest is history. It's been a lot of fun and really quick and fast ride.
Calum, you're the new kid. How did they approach you? How did you come to this? And please talk in that voice. So.
I had actually just moved back to London, and I put myself on set for it. I actually didn't know it was Zod that I was auditioning for. It was a character called Mason. And I found out, yeah, funny. I found out when I got to LA to test that it was Zod, and then I kind of fell apart and forgot all my lines in the test. Not very Zod-like, I'm sure. I was like a little baby.
Let's go back down to the floor.
Hey guys, thanks for all coming out. Last season you really left us hanging. Is Lex really dead?
What do you mean? Yeah, what do you mean? Is he dead?
I think we know from mythos that Lex is absolutely not dead.
Hi, my name is Ryan. I drive a Yaris, and I follow Allison on Twitter. This question is from Mr. Tom Welling. I want to know, what unique thing from your personal life have you brought to the show as an actor or producer?
Tom's one of the most private people I've ever known, so I'm interested to hear the answer to this question.
Really great question, too, by the way.
Interesting stories.
I think what I've hopefully brought to it is just being on the show as long as it's been on, and being on set and being a part of it. I think it's probably the professional side of my life for the past few years that has maybe brought more to the table than my personal life, yeah.
Tom, you're directing too?
I am. I'll be directing 2 episodes.
What's it like being on the directing side rather than on the acting side?
I heard someone say once, it's sort of like 2 hands feeding 1 mouth, and it's a pretty good way for me to describe it for myself, at least. I enjoy both sides very much.
Cool.
Tom's a wonderful director. He's one of my favorite directors to work with on the show because he has such a depth of understanding of the show and the characters, and he has such a loving way of explaining what it is he wants, and he's so excited. So I'm thrilled that he's doing 2 more episodes this year. Let's get him to do a movie.
Allison will be directing again this year as well. And,
Allison is one of my favorite directors.
What I love about the fans of the show is that Allison just said he has a very loving way, and on the word loving, 40 million people out there went, she's loving and Tom in the same word.